Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes for ourselves to be very clear with this practice. So when it comes to mindfulness, as you know, now it become a more famous and become a kind of like a bigger subject. So it is better for us to be very clear and brush up ourselves and know ourselves and what is the exactly this right mindfulness mean. As you know, when it comes to Eightfold Path, the seventh aspect of the Eightfold Path is the right mindfulness. And at the same time, most of time people talk about mindfulness, 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 but sometimes they don't know, and according to the Buddha's teaching, from where it comes and what is the right method to practice. And at the same time, you know, there are two mental cultures: tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation. So tranquility meditation means tranquilizing mind, calming down mind and bringing mind to the one point. Another way it called one-pointness. Another way it called chitta bhavana, tranquilizing the mind. And the vipassana meditation, or it called the insight meditation, or the panya bhavana, or analytical meditation, it developed the awareness regarding our moment of experience and to know how things come to be as they are. So in tranquility meditation, take us to see things as it is, and vipassana level meditation take us to see how things come to be as they are. So this both is necessary to develop the wisdom. So when it comes to mindfulness path, very purpose of this in the beginning to develop the awareness. This is not something to teach. This is not something kind of like an intellectual lesson. This all just we share the informations, but by the time you have to develop your awareness. So one should develop the awareness. As a result of that development, you are the one who going to see how things come to be as they are, according to your moment of experience. So that is why out of meditation, you can't make a theory or method or the pattern. And as you know, some people say, you can't teach meditation, you can't teach vipassana. But at the same time, when it comes to the four foundations, there is a method that you have to understand. What is this meditation means? So when it comes to the word meditation today, it's a kind of like sitting on a cushion, closing eyes, and having an unmovable posture, kind of like we have a picture about meditation. But when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, meditation is something more higher than that. That is one part of the meditation. So your whole day, your whole life is a kind of, you can develop as a meditation. So today we are going to talk about these all things together. And what is this meditation and how you can develop it in in advanced level, and when it comes to vipassana level, and how you can develop these all four foundations, and what is the result you gain, where are you heading. So when it comes to right mindfulness, and there are four meditation techniques, or the four foundations you can name. Mindfulness of body, mindfulness of feeling, mindfulness of mind, and mindfulness of Dharma. So those are the four techniques come to it from the vipassana level of meditation. Not the tranquility. In tranquility meditation, there are 40 meditation techniques. It's different, but this is what, when it comes to the right mindfulness, this is what Buddha talked about. And this is the Buddha's teaching. So when it comes to the mindfulness of body, so that's our master technique is the breathing. So the breathing also related to this category. How? Because when the inhalation, exhalation is a bodily action, the body inhale, exhale. So when you observe the inhalation, exhalation, and in a certain level, you can experience your entire body inhale, exhale, like a balloon moving up and down. So that is one part. And another part of this mindfulness of body, observing the postures, sitting, standing, lying down, walking. So then when it comes to that walking meditation, also come to that path. And another part of the mindfulness of body is observing this, that the body parts. So it go to internal and external both. Internally, that you can observe the body parts, and externally you can observe the body parts. That is one thing. And another one of this mindfulness of body is contemplate on elements, heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. So kind of like that. And so when you observe that way, your body and the nature, that both come together. and there is no separation. This all part of one thing. And another one is this in mindfulness of body, that practicing with the dead body. So you may have seen in meditation temples, places like skeleton and sometimes dead bodies. And monks used to practice with those things. And in India at that time, there was not the kind of like today, this well-organized, civilized cemeteries. So there used to be, it's called charnel ground. Charnel ground means that when someone dies, you wrap the body with some cloth and throw it to one place. So monks used to go there and observe this body and see what is happening. There are 9 steps. It's called Navasivatika Bhavana. There are 9 steps that keep what is happening to this body. So kind of like some monks used to go and practice that also. So that also part of the mindfulness of body. What is happening to this body? So out of this all, what happens, you are recognizing this, this arising and passing nature of this body. And you recognizing that this body is not belong to you, or there is no kind of like unchangeable solid soul or the consciousness, so kind of like that something. And observing this, you come to the point without interference, you observe and you come to the point to have equanimity. You're not kind of like resisting the nature, and you're not going to overtake the nature. You become more tranquilized, seeing this, knowing this, understanding this. And then once you have that understanding regarding your own body, and there are 2 ways, internal and external, that wisdom you apply to yourself and you can apply to other people also. So that is how the mindfulness of body work. So that is the mindfulness of body meditation. There's all parts. Sometimes some monks or the practitioners, yogis, take only one part of it and they go with that. And then when they meet you, they may say, oh, I'm practicing vipassana. And then maybe you ask, what kind of meditation? So then when they say that, maybe you never heard about it. And then you ask, oh, what is that? How it become a part of vipassana? So vipassana means deeply, thoroughly observe these all 4 foundations. It's a bigger subject, but today we're going to see it overall and sketch it to all directions and see what is this. So that is mindfulness of body. And then the next one is mindfulness of feelings. So when it comes to here feeling, it's not a kind of like in day-to-day life in this Western world, we communicate to express our feelings. It is not like that. It is little bit more deeper and different explanation here. So here we go with the pleasant feeling, unpleasant feelings, and neutral feelings, recognizing this in the moment of experience. So for that, one of the best tools that you have is your body. So any sensation that you have, your body, you can track with these 3 sensations. Somewhere in your body, pleasant feelings, somewhere in your body, unpleasant feeling, somewhere in your body, neutral feelings. So that's why sometimes you observe the body and find one place and look into the sensation and follow that. Because in any sensation, arising, passing, and when you see it without interference, you can see these all three feelings. And anywhere in your body observing that, you will see those are the three feelings you can find. And not only that, then you can go to the more advanced level. So that is the very basic way to start to practice the mindfulness of feelings. Another thing is, sometimes whatever you see, so out of that seeing, maybe the pleasant feelings or the unpleasant feelings or the neutral feelings arise. So whatever you hear and whatever the smell, and out of that, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral feelings can arise. Whatever out of you eating, sensation. So like that way, the moment of mentally what you experience as pleasant, unpleasant, and the neutral feelings, out of the form, feeling, perception, volition, and recognition. So whatever you experience, you observe without interference. And then you will see how the feelings arising and disappearance. And then you see the change, you experience the change. So once you recognize that, you are not going to clinging to that feelings. You are more see it, understand it. And without clinging, you are capable to experience. So that also go to internal and external. So here, in the basically, internal means your mental feelings, kind of like that you feel regarding that the good feelings about something, and maybe bad feelings about something. So that is internal. And externally, and when it comes to your sensation, bodily sensation, so you observe it, and on the top of the skin, so you can experience that also. So that is internal, external. And other one, internal, external, means that you can recognize it within yourself and you can apply it to understand other people. So that is external. So in that is the both way. And out of this all, you develop the equanimity. And then the third one, mindfulness of mind. So when it comes to that, it's kind of like a condition of the mind. And when it comes to how the behavior of the thoughts, sometimes greedy, angry, sometimes happy. So the thoughts arise. So becoming mindful about that thoughts. And then when it comes to that, sometimes it is not that the moment you get angry. Because even though you don't see, that you just see the end result of the anger. Maybe when somebody shout, somebody, hit or fight, it is the end of it. It is just the result of, but it may be keep happening in their mind for many, many days. So as example, just imagine you think to eat some, you would keep watching, cooking program, and then it say, oh, this is the best food, that this is how you make it, and it ignite your cravings. And after that, maybe you sleep with that idea. And next day you wake up and then you think, oh, maybe for the weekend I'm going to make it. Maybe you watch the TV program Monday. So then you're planning, oh, in the weekend I'm going to make it. And then at the same time, by the time you may make phone calls and talk to some people and get some ideas, so like that. See that whole week, that greediness underneath your mind and go with you. So seeing the thought means seeing that greediness related to that thought. And sometimes the anger the same, so the hatred the same, the joy the same, the pleasure the same. It is not just overnight, suddenly you can have the pleasure. No, you plan it, mentally you plan it. Then if you, that is why when you become mindful about your mind, you will see there is always greed, hatred, and the delusion, or loving kindness, generosity, compassion, wisdom. So that kind of thoughts always there, like a river. So actions may be just a part of it. The moment when it become high, it's just a part of it. So the mindfulness of body, the mindfulness of mind means you see this thought behavior and recognize that will help you to go deeper. And you see the roots. And out of that seeing, what happened? You see arising and passing these all thoughts, and you are not going to interfere with it. And at the same time, you develop the equanimity. So then you can apply it to internal, external. So the internal means seeing deeper level of the behavior of thought. External means when it comes to action, you see within yourself how that thoughts came to the pinnacle or the bring the result. And other one, internal, external, means you can apply to understand you, and you can apply that wisdom to understand others. So then the fourth one called mindfulness of Dharma. So here Dharma means the five hindrance, five aggregates, and eightfold path, four noble truth. So this kind of Dhamma, as we learn and reflecting on it, also part of meditation. Another thing is, another part of this is this body has the nature itself related to this natural process, getting old, change, digesting. So these kind of things happen naturally itself. So it also related to this nature. So like that, observing that also part of that. So those are the four categories when it comes to four foundations. So now if you look very carefully, you can understand it is that the developing mindfulness or the awareness mean it is just not sitting and practice meditation. It is just overall your whole day-to-day life, you become mindful with your body, with your feelings, with your mind, and the Dhamma. So when you are capable to develop that, and within within yourself, and another one is what happens that you going to gain the worldly wisdom. The worldly wisdom means this in this physical level of experience with ourselves and within others. And another one is the unworldly experience. So the worldly experience means it's kind of like, as example, wisdom. You gain the wisdom. You have the equanimity. So when it comes to that equanimity, it is not a conventional level of experience that you can see. It is deeply mental quality that you develop. So out of the meditation, that is the one result that you gain. So like that, out of this all, finally, what you see, internally and externally, this behavior and arising, passing, and the change, and without clinging to anything, you are capable to observe and recognizing, and out of that recognition, you gain the equanimity. So that is the process. So now I hope that you clear with this poor foundation, and so let's get into practice a little bit now. So I hope that the internet is working, because there is a power shutdown. Anyway, let's get into practice.